Joins us with more on the governor's latest announcements. This is good news for a lot of people, Jay.
Yeah, absolutely, especially for those who are suffering from a little cabin fever here. But like you said, Governor making some big-time announcements on some broad categories of things, and these are going to be a pretty big measuring stick of how things will look going forward if the state can move into phase 2 or if they need to pull back a little bit. Now, first things first, worship centers still encouraged to provide those online means of holding service, but they can have physical services now. They are encouraged 6-foot distancing beyond your family group. Masks should be worn by anyone over the age of 10, and speakers and singers can take theirs off while performing, and a 12-foot distance is encouraged between the first row of people and anyone addressing the crowd. Now, they discourage multiple touching of items such as collection plates and microphones, no classes for children and youth, and their basic sanitizing measures we have seen with other entities will be put into place. Now, for outdoor venues, that includes racetracks, fairgrounds, sports venues, amusement centers, stadiums. Many of those same guidelines with worship centers apply here also. If there are speakers or musical acts, they're asking for a 12-foot distance to apply here. Audiences should be 50 people or less, and every other row should be unoccupied. Hand sanitizing stations should be at all entrances and exits, and refreshments can be served, but no self-service of any kind. Now, both of those categories, as you mentioned, Kevin, go into effect immediately. Indoor venues, however, will go into effect May 18th, and that includes arenas, museums, lecture halls, movie theaters, bowling alleys, auditoriums, a lot of different things here, and those exact same provisions with outdoor venues will apply here as well. Now, Dr. Smith says it does include the likes of trampoline parks and arcades, but those facilities must be able to apply social distancing and sanitizing protocols in order to be in operation. He also acknowledges there may be some businesses who just aren't going to be ready to operate under these guidelines. Officials emphasize this is just the first phase and people must be diligent. They will be looking at the numbers going forward on what to potentially lift in phase 2, but there's more specificity on what they're going to look at going forward.
The most sensitive indicator we will have is an outbreak associated with one of these events or venues that we've lifted the restrictions on. For example, if we have a cluster of infections related to a restaurant or to a beauty salon or to one of these large outdoor venues, that will be our earliest and most sensitive indicator. Then we can identify which of those restrictions needs to be tightened up, and we can have great plans, but if they're not implemented properly, then they may not work the way they were intended.
Now, Dr. Smith also says they will be looking at new cases daily and the positivity rate as well as major factors when considering moving in to the next phases. Also, the declaration of emergency in the state was set to expire on May 11th. That will be extended. The governor not quite ready to say how far into the future that will be extended, though. Live from the state capitol, Jay Bird, Fox 16 News.